Hey everybody, Ken Plume here. I'm going to start that again. Hey everybody, Ken Plume here.
Keep it in. Keep it in.
You know, I said I'm going to pivot back to audio, and I can't even say my name correctly. And everyone, you're listening to A Bit of a Chat or watching A Bit of a Chat. If you're on the YouTube channel, go check it out there as well. But A Bit of a Chat is a show I did for a long time with a lot of amazing guests. And then I stopped doing it because I pivoted. And I shouldn't have pivoted. I should have just kept on doing the thing that was the good thing that people enjoyed. And now, you know what? I'm doing the other things, but I'm also doing this thing again. And I'm having some wonderful guests on. And one of the inaugural return guests is a guest who's been on far too many of my things for his liking, I'm sure, over the past couple of years. Patrick Cotnoir, how are you? Welcome.
I'm good. Now, do people not like the other things that you're doing, or what's the vibe there?
You know, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm gonna assume based on how I'm doing and how things are overall that it's not as successful as it could have been as the role I was on. I should have stuck to it.
I mean, that's the worst part is when you don't know. You know, when you're just like, I assume people like it, but if I'm not hearing, I don't know. That's the nightmare scenario.
And you've certainly had the situation where you get people come up to you, it's just strangers going, "Hey, I really like that thing you did," and you're just shocked.
People don't like most things that I do. Yeah.
You do a lot of things.
That's true. So I guess the odds are in my favor because there's too many things that people aren't going to like the majority of them. But
someone can find something to not like you in.
That is true.
But that also means that people can find something to like you in.
Also true.
See, so I think that's what we have to embrace. Maybe that's the new paradigm for the coming year is embrace the positivity wherever you find it.
Mm-hmm.
Know that the negativity is I'm workshopping this.
No, I'm waiting.
Know that the negativity is I can make it far pithier. We're gonna get this to a solid place by the end of this. You know what? Accentuate the positive.
Oh, I've heard that before.
No, you haven't. That's brand new.
Oh,
it's mine, and it's my gift to you.
Thank you
in this conversation. So
great. So then I can say that I came up with it. In the future,
I think that's how this works. Okay. Yes,
great.
So that is my royalty-free gift to you because I know that's very important to you to monitor that.
Yes, and monetize that.
So for everyone watching or listening, Patrick, you have a very unique and varied skill set and career, and a path that is somewhat unorthodox and continues to be so. What would you describe if someone's awkwardly asking you at a party, what do you do? Because you have not been able to avoid them.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I mean, it's also hard to just avoid this question in general, you know? What do I do?
And I say that as someone who, this has been my struggle for decades.
Yes. It's very hard to sum yourself up in a sentence when you do a bunch of different things. I would say producer, talent booker, casting director, host. I think those sort of sum it up, right? Weird comedy, interesting pop culture, deep dives. And I mean, Ken, look, you and I are very similar in a lot of ways, you know, have a lot of similar interests. And I feel like, what were you going to say?
You're a facilitator.
Mm-hmm.
You are a good shepherd for creative people around you. Mm-hmm. You were a supporter. You were also a bon vivant. You have an appreciation for culture.
Yeah, I feel like none of these things are things that I could say about myself, though. You know,
I know.
You're at a party
here, so I get to say these things about you, which is why it's really good that we occasionally touch bases.
Yeah. You're at a party and someone says, "What's your deal?" You can't really go, "I'm a bon vivant."
Yeah,
you know,
Gadfly.
Yeah, sure.
Man about town.
Yeah, more like Josh Gadfly. Big fan of that guy.
He'll be happy to hear it. I'm sure he has an alert going.
I'm sure. But produce the George Lucas Talk Show, produce Ask Cat at UCB, host a podcast called Hey That's Me, which is audio commentaries with people who never got to do audio commentaries on things they worked on. Produced the Star Wars live reads at Dynasty Typewriter, worked on the Chris Gethard Show, worked at Marvel, worked at so many different places. Exactly Right Media podcasts, book all those. Kind of whoever wants me, I'll go to.
Guest. You're a welcome guest on a lot of different shows nice. For a lot of different folks.
Yes.
I don't know if that equates to in real life, but
it doesn't pay the rent. I'll tell you that.
I can absolutely attest to that. None of what we have described in any way pays a single bill.
Yeah.
But you know what?
But that's okay.
It's fulfilling in its own way, and that's how we sleep at night.
Mm-hmm. And I've told I've told the gas company and the electric companies and all that. I said, I'm so sorry, I do so many things. None of them pay the bills. Here are links if you would like to check them out. And they usually accept that.
When you offer to produce their podcast for them, it's weird that that's not a thing that they accept. That should be a form of currency.
Yeah, the Con Ed podcast could really use some jazzing up, some Cotnoir jazzing up.
Someone needed to talk to 9X. Someone needs to humanize 9X.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, I hope they hear this, and I hope they circle back to me.
I still have trauma from my time at NYU and dealing with those phone bills when you were charged per local call.
Never had to deal with that, Ken. Never, ever had to deal with that.
Can you imagine picking up a phone to order a takeout that you couldn't afford either and knowing you were paying per call?
I mean, the thing that I think about, and I did have to live through this, but it wasn't like a huge deal at the time just because of my age and where I was in life, not being able to use the phone while you're on the internet. Like, that is just something that in 2025 feels so foreign because we didn't have a second line.
Or knowing that for me to use that internet, it was a local call.
Of course.
I had to pay.
Yeah.
And I had to pay for those minutes when I was connected.
Yeah, just getting cereal box CDs from AOL with 300 free minutes or whatever it was is like such a I wish we would go back to it. If I had a certain amount of time I could be on the internet, it would save my life.
I needed just for the coasters. They were functional. They had so many uses. You could slice things with them. They were a nice toy to play with.
Yeah.
Talk
to AOL. Get someone from AOL on this show.
Well, if we could start a podcast, I probably still have some outstanding AOL bills. But one of the things, you really don't have a main focus, but one of the things that certainly that is
Mom, thank you,
is one of the biggest emotional burdens for you over the years is the George Lucas Talk Show.
Yes. I would say that is the thing that keeps me up at night the most.
You have dealt with many crises over the years.
Yeah, in the grand scheme of the world, nothing too bad, but
no.
But
things that will cause
crisis.
Stress.
Yeah.
So that when an audience shows up, there is a show.
Yes. That's always the goal.
A fully formed show, which is not to say that you couldn't just set Connor off for 3 hours and a butter bear and he would make a show out of it.
Yeah. He would do fine. He would do really great. I'm sure he could pull it off, and I'm sure that it would be a very entertaining show. So... And I'm sure that he keeps that in his mind all the time if he ever wants to get rid of me. So.
I'm sure he's entertained numerous scenarios of what would be the way to spin you off.
Yes. I'm ready to hear it.
In shows, you can see it. You can see it going across his face.
That's all right. I get it,
So what was the documentary we were going to talk about in a moment, and I'm going to hold it up for people who have it. This is very rare also that I purchased a thing. I'm holding up the Blu-ray for I'm George Lucas, the documentary. I bought this.
Exciting.
I don't buy a lot of stuff, particularly media nowadays. Physical media in particular. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to say that I bought this because in some small way I'm slightly associated with it.
Yeah.
And then realized I didn't have to really buy this to experience my part of it.
But you got it. But you got it, and that's all that matters.
But I got it because it's important to me to not only support, obviously this unique long-form art project that Connor has been engaged with for, I'm sure to him, a surprising amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
But also what for you, I would say labor of love, but it seems to really undersell the psychosis.
Yeah, for this specifically.
Of your assembly of the Blu-ray and its bonus features.
Yeah, I mean, just to give people a little bit of context, there was a documentary made about the George Lucas Talk Show, which is a show I work on with Connor Ratliff and Griffin Newman. Connor plays George Lucas, Griffin plays Watto, and I play myself, and we interview real people as themselves. It's a lot of insane people. Whoopi Goldberg, Weird Al, Seth Meyers, Seth Rogen, John Hamm, Meredith Vieira, just like crazy, crazy people who should not be on a dumb show like this.
Sometimes together on the same show with each other.
Yeah. That's the look. If they could all be together, I would love that. Let's bring them all back. But some documentary
50th anniversary.
I'm ready.
Start booking.
Some filmmakers decided to make a documentary about the show back in late 2018. Shot it through most of 2019 and a little bit of 2020, and then not sure if you've heard, there was a pandemic, so it got pushed a little bit. Came out a few years ago, maybe a year and a half ago, something like that. And just now was released on Blu-ray from a company called Kino Lorber, which is a real, can attest to this, a real company, like a good physical media company.
With a tremendous catalog.
Yes.
Of high quality releases.
Yes.
For the stuff that Criterion hasn't covered, Kino Lorber has got you covered on things even more obscure than what's in.
They're really great. I'm watching The Outer Limits Season 1 right now.
Some incredible Laurel and Hardy sets that are beautifully restored. Like if you're a fan of film and comedy, just go look at their catalog. And Radioland Murders.
I just got their Radioland Murders. I have not watched it yet, but I just got their Radioland Murders. I've seen it before, but anyways, they decided to put out this documentary on Blu-ray, and we had a lot of insane demands for it. It's 2 discs. There's over 100 hours of bonus features. There's 58 audio commentaries on it, and most of it is on the disc. Some of it is digital.
The bicycle thief.
But that's what's fun about it, Ken.
You're a very wonderfully, delightfully niche documentary.
Yes.
For a very dedicated, loving fan base.
Yeah, and I think that's why we did it, is because, the doc came out and it aired in some theaters. You could stream it online for a little while, but we wanted people, if they had already seen it, we wanted to give them a reason to actually pick it up in person. And I think if it had gone out with a standard, 1 disc Blu-ray release with 1 commentary and some deleted scenes, I don't think that would be super exciting for people necessarily. And it wouldn't give them a reason to want to double dip and pick up a new one. It took over about a year of my life and just put together basically anything we could scrounge up, whether that was, I think there's 9 Q&As from after screenings that we did. There's a bunch of deleted scenes. There's a ton of extended interviews. There's 4 full shows, I think, that have never been seen digitally before from pre-COVID eras. And just a ton of truly like anything you could want out of this movie exist both on the disc, and there's a digital playlist that you get access to when you buy the disc.
I want to circle back to a phrase you used that just pained me.
Yeah, sure.
Because you used the phrase.
Yeah.
It aired in some theaters.
Yeah.
And let's not do this.
It's screened in some theaters. What do you want to say?
There we go. Aired.
Yeah.
It's.
I think I'm so used to working on things that don't screen.
Listen, I know the pandemic did a lot to a lot of us to disconnect us from a lot of cultural touchstones and ways that.
Yeah. Well, let's
just nip that.
Here, let's take it back. Now. Ready? 3, 2,
go.
1. Boop. It's screened in some theaters. Great. I think that's it.
That's clean.
Okay,
that's
perfect.
clean. I can just drop that in. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just wanted to make sure that people had a reason to get it. And for some people picking it up, they'd never seen it before. We just did a show in Chicago, and a lot of people were buying it who that was their first time seeing the show in general, and then they bought the Blu-ray, and I'm excited for that to sort of be their first deep dive into all of this.
I mean, as a documentary, it's really interesting to watch because it is not only a celebration of Cotnoir as an artist, which would be just a fascinating documentary in and of itself.
Yeah.
Particularly as a companion piece with his Dead Eyes podcast.
Yeah.
Then you add in the layer of George Lucas Talk Show, which is a fascinating tale and story of that, how that came to be, how it's evolved, what the show is, what the show became, and it's sort of its continual evolution over the past 10 years.
Yeah.
But then you also add on this layer of COVID and the pandemic hitting and the recalibration of the documentary during that. So there's this time capsule emotional resonance, and I think probably an intimacy that would not have been there or needed to be there.
Yeah, it obviously was not in the plan when it was being filmed, but I do think it helps because, you know, one of the problems with comedy documentaries that are not about a comedian who's an alcoholic or going to jail or what, you know, like some big momentous thing in their life, the problem becomes like, what is the conflict of this movie? What is the issue, you know, in the film? And pre-COVID, there wasn't really, and it was sort of just like a slice of life thing, you know,
about a very niche show that was a regional show. It wasn't even what it became because of the pandemic and having a global audience available to you because everyone was sitting home and you all decided to pull yourselves out of the emotional hole that we were all in.
Yeah.
And provide this entertainment and gain an audience that would now appreciate this niche thing. I mean, it was basically, this is a cool little funky show that not many people know about is what that documentary started out celebrating.
Yeah. And that's what that documentary was going to be. And at that point, it was still going to be a short. So, like, you don't really need a big problem if something is a short, you know? You can get away with, like, here's just what this is. Now you know. Like, that's sort of all you need.
It was a spotlight.
Totally. Yeah. And then once COVID happened and we realized, oh, you guys have also been filming for a year, like, let's make this a feature because otherwise, what was the point of, you know, the dozens of hours of footage that you guys have on this? And I think it really did help, and it gave the doc an ending, and it gave the doc, like, you know, it helped push it into where most people know the show. And I think that the origin story of the show post 2020 is interesting to a lot of people once it became a streaming thing, because, you know, a lot of people found the show during COVID, after COVID, all that stuff. Not after COVID, but where we are right now with COVID. Right. And I think having it's sort of the Andor of George Lucas Talk Show being Rogue One, you know, where like it butts up to the end of it, it leads right into it, and then you get to see how that COVID era of the show started. I was going to call it the Better Call Saul of the show, but I think Andor is probably more applicable in this case.
You know, any prequel, sequel,
Revenge of the Sith,
anything you want to do.
Sure.
You know what? The timeline. Where's the timeline video for the George Lucas Talk Show? Can we get a formal timeline video?
Someone's got to work on this. I'm not doing it.
Let's get
I'm
Alex
tired.
Damon at Star
Alex
Wars
and Molly,
Explained.
come on.
To assemble the Molly absolutely has to be involved in this because I just for Molly's commentary alone.
Yes. Alex and Molly from Star Wars Explained, they have a commentary on the disc. You can go listen to that
on the physical disc. Very jealous.
Well, sorry. I tried so hard to get all those commentaries on the disc. I tried so hard, and they were like, you physically cannot put any more on here. And I was like, I don't think that's true, but I'm not going to push it anymore.
What kind of compression can we get? What can we?
That was the whole question, was how much stuff can we physically fit on each disc? And it was literally me like going through and seeing how big each file was and like adding it up and like trying to see if it will fit. I was like, okay, I know you need this much.
I know the friends you care about. I know. Listen, this. It's fine. It's fine. You know what? I'm in good company.
Is that why I came on this? Is that why I'm here? To get yelled at?
No, you're not getting yelled at. I'm disappointed in me for being disappointed in you.
I'm aware. Just know that this was a fight for like a month.
Oh, listen, again, I'm in very good company.
Yes,
there are a lot of commentaries that, and in all seriousness, because I'm being facetious slightly and going after you about this. When people look at how many features, this would have been at least a 5-disc box set
easily
to accommodate everything.
Yes. It would be up there with, your complete series is. It would have been the same size as that. And I would have loved it had they done that.
The biggest Blu-ray Blade Runner box set you would have gotten. This would have been up there with that.
Yeah. And I would have loved if they did that.
Harrison Ford commentary, which is amazing that you got that.
Oh, man, I worked so hard. We did it in the plane. That was the thing. We had to get in a plane with it.
All the audio was unusable, which is the real damn shame. It's just engine noise, but you have it. And people can listen to it.
So many places didn't even want to do 2 discs. That was like the big argument with most places that we went to, was they were like, the price is not worth it for us to do that. And Kino didn't balk at anything except for, can I put all of the commentaries on the disc? Like, I was like, I will keep any other videos off of that disc if we can just fit more commentaries in the, just wasn't
the hugest
doable.
Commitment to this all, as far as how it ages, is the QR code. See,
we'll see.
Because who in the heck knows what future holds for anything?
I think there's a point where, and I shouldn't be saying this on the podcast, where if QR codes go away, that playlist just becomes public, I think that's probably ultimately what, in 10 years, if that QR code does not work anymore. I did not make that QR code. I made Kino do it because I think you have to buy ones that will last forever, or quote unquote forever. Right. Yeah. Right. So I made Kino do it so I wasn't the one who messed up later.
Well, here, let me hold it up to the...
Oh, good. Yeah. Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you. But it's got a slipcover. It's got a booklet. It's got 2 discs. It's got a reversible cover. People love this stuff. Look at that. Now that you're like, oh, it's the same cover. Great. Cover by Justin Ridge, who's a Clone Wars animator director. Look at that. You got one, but guess what? Flip it around. Wicked Witch. There you go.
I mean, let's be fair. That was in Connor's contract for there had to be
as many photos as possible around
a non-illustrated version.
Yeah.
And what's great is the little tiny. Who's that guy?
Look at that guy in his old living room.
So, just as a personal time capsule for you, how does it feel revisiting the documentary? Because all of your lives are different. Some ways far different than what they were when this thing started.
Yeah. I mean, you go to my old apartment. You see people who I used to hang out with all the time, don't really hang out with a lot anymore. It's very weird. It's just like 2019 is such a different time for all of us. And there's a lot of footage there. Someone commented on something where they were like, it's so weird. I think it's one of our like extended interviews or something. It's so weird seeing us talking about the future of the show, not knowing that it's going to drastically change in 4 months from then or whatever.
Your real future of the show was just, okay, well, we're taking it on the road.
Yeah.
The idea of doing road shows was the biggest sort of, how can we expand this beyond being a local UCB show?
Yeah, because, you didn't, there were streaming stuff at that point, but also people didn't, we didn't have a studio, and like doing a streaming show with multiple cameras from multiple places.
And no one wanted the others in their apartment.
Of course not. Of course not. That was, that time that you see it, I think that was Connor's second time in my apartment. And I think it was Griffin's first time in my apartment. So none of us, I've never been in Connor's apartment. I've never been in Griffin's apartment.
Once they found out it was really good for stick collecting.
That's true. They knew that it was time to, start showing up.
This is a good hang.
Uh-huh. But yeah, it's, I don't know. It's so different. Like life is, you think about like even life from 2022 is so different from now. So like life from 2019 is like, feels like an eternity ago. And the fact that it was, that this started, what are we? We're going into 2025, 7 years ago, basically this month, is wild.
It's not a Patrick Cotnoir story.
No, it's not.
That's not the documentary. So I find it fascinating because it's on the peripheral of the tale at this time. Is what was going through your head as far as what your future was at that time? Because there was a fallow period before it became a thing that you decided to do online, that you all came together and sort of pulled yourselves collectively, emotionally up to do this thing. So what were you thinking at that? Because UCB and that whole scene was your life.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of that fallow period, meaning March 2020 through May 2020, was part of that time when we were all still sort of like, well, it'll be fine in 3 weeks. It'll be fine in
space of it's
it'll
good.
Be fine.
It's good. Yeah. It's an extended vacation. I can organize and puzzle.
Yeah. Yes. And I was working at Marvel at that point. And I remember they had the Black Widow premiere, and we were going to go to the Black Widow premiere to like do a live stream. And I just remember being like, I'm still going to fly at the end of April. Like, why would I not? We're going to get there. So I think it was a lot of that where it was like, well, we'll be back to shows by June or July or something like that. So I don't know if there was ever really a time really for me where I was like, oh, this is never going to happen again. But again, I wasn't on the show. It was purely producing it, purely behind the scenes. I think for Connor, at least at that point, and I'm not speaking for him, but he's talked about this before, like, was a lot more like, well, I'm going to live in this house forever. This is just what my life is now. It's never going to change. So I think that for him, there was much more of a chance that the show never happens again. And I don't think that realistically I ever had that feeling. But that was also in the point where I was like starting to think about moving to LA. So I didn't know what the future of the show was for me in that regard, where it was like, if it's just going to remain a live show at UCB in New York, like I probably won't keep doing it from LA.
And certainly for the three of you, it was not like it was a cornerstone of your career planning either. It was a fun thing that you all got to do.
Yeah.
But it was a component of like, there's the kind of shows that happened at UCB.
Totally.
This is the spotlight show that Connor put together of the George Lucas talk show. And here's this fun thing.
And it was definitely fun. And it was definitely something that like still took up a bunch of time in my life or whatever, but nowhere near the amount that it takes up now and nowhere near the amount of like work and effort that goes into every show now. I'm very happy that is the case because I think the shows are much more creatively fulfilling for the three of us now than they probably were then, is my guess. That's my guess. I mean, just the fact that more people are able to access it, more people are able to see it, I think is the dream,
I think it's from an audience perspective and going back and seeing what you're able to do through the Blu-ray and see the archival, what the show was prior to it expanding and evolving, it was very much a local show for a local audience.
Yeah.
And it played to the fact that there was a regular crowd, and that was what you wanted to do with a show like that, is build a consistently regular crowd who are going to come back week after week and ensure that there's ticket sales and not an empty room. Yeah. So you want the local audience to be there.
I mean, it is very interesting because a lot of those people didn't necessarily carry over to the COVID era, and a lot of them, there's still a handful that come to live shows when we do it in New York, but it's definitely like not as many as were coming month to month back then. And that's, for a number of different reasons, both like they don't live in New York anymore, they don't do comedy stuff anymore or whatever, but also it's just like, it's very interesting the people that we considered like the diehards at that point who just like aren't as much a part of the audience as they were. A lot of them did do commentaries on this disc though, and that was fun. Getting 5 of them, I think you did a few with them, but like getting
a lot of testimonies about, I don't care about it anymore. It's not my thing.
It's great. I love that. I love that because also like you should outgrow shows and you shouldn't be like stuck on one thing. At least in a 2019 mindset. There are shows where I'm like, I used to go to that show every week. I never think about that show anymore. Like, that's just a normal part of what comedy was at that point,
It was habitual. I mean, you built schedules around because it was a social thing.
Yeah, totally.
So, you're going out with your group to go see this show, and then we'll get some drinks, or we'll get dinner, or whatever, that social booking. And it was a regular. It was just like we have a regular poker night, or we have a regular game night, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Going to see those shows because they were consistent at all those times.
And look, would I love to see them in all of our live shows now? Absolutely. Let's sell those tickets. Let's move those tickets, guys. But
maybe you need to have an old timers night or some kind of promotion that brings it back.
Sometimes there are
Is there a little punch card that they can get? Can you get like a little Founders Club card?
There are occasional shows where like you'll look out and see a table of 10 people and be like, holy shit, there they are, you know? Which is great. That's so exciting. Like when you're like, oh, they're still here. They're having fun.
Situation going on.
Yeah. But it's definitely, I mean, it's a different show too. You know, you're watching those old ones, like the vibe is different. Watto is different. I'm there. Like it's a fully different thing than what it was. So I totally get either it, you know, not being your thing anymore, just not being something that you totally connect with anymore. And that's, you know, that's the way life is.
Well, everyone is comfortable.
Yeah.
Like I think one of those things that you see is that it's still finding its footing and its voice beyond. I mean, it's what happens with a lot of sketch material.
Yeah.
If you're trying to evolve it beyond a premise and to something consistent, is what are the things that resonate? What are the things that that an audience can invest in beyond just the surface level gimmick?
Yeah,
you're right. I think that's what COVID really handed to you all, was investing a humanity into it that wasn't necessary for the show prior to that, because there wasn't that sort of intimacy when you're doing, you know, a sketch born out of a UCB ethos.
Look, to compare it to another recent Kino Lorber release, the pre-2020 shows are like the Saturday Night Live Conehead sketches. And then they took a little break, and then they came back, and the new streaming show is like the 1994 Coneheads movie. You know? Some people don't like it, but a lot of those old fans, they still come back and they still keep watching that movie now that it's released on a Kino Lorber Blu-ray. Check it out. It's pretty good.
Delighted that the George Lucas Talk Show added Dave Thomas. That was what was absolutely necessary and needed.
And
that Michael McKean's a regular.
Look, it's the goddamn dream to get Michael McKean on the show. I keep trying my hardest. I've been trying for at least 5 years now.
How is that not?
I don't know, Ken.
What's going on? You of all people.
He is one of my white whales. I've never been able to do it. Although you're saying Dave Thomas, and now I'm like, maybe I'll reach out to Dave Thomas for a show. That'd be fun.
Well, let's talk afterwards.
Okay.
Either way, yes, you absolutely. You need to. Yeah. You're getting closer to doing SCTV doc than Scorsese is. Finishing his. You want to get Rick Moranis? Who else you want to get? What do you want to do?
We really tried when his album came out a few years ago.
Which one? Was
it My Mother's Brisket? Is that what it was called?
The second one, yeah, his second album.
Yeah. We were really trying to get him to do the show. And we were like, you don't even have to do an interview. Like, just come sing a song. And didn't happen, but we tried.
I mean, I've told you the story before about getting grilled for an hour and a half on the phone to explain the internet and internet journalism, and for it ultimately to turn out to, I'm just not doing interviews right now.
Yeah, that happens.
That's fine. But I eventually did. Yeah. Numerous times interviews.
That's great.
It happened. So what I'm saying is Rick Moranis is in a space ball again. So
I know.
Anything is possible.
Written by friends of the show, Dan Hernandez and Benji Sammet. So we'll see. I mean, he's not going to travel, so it's going to have to be a New York show. Fine. We'll do it in his apartment building if he wants us to. He doesn't even have to leave. He doesn't even have to leave.
You're not allowed up. You're not allowed up.
It's true. I'm just saying he doesn't even need to leave the house.
Have you not done a stoop show yet? You need to do a stoop show.
Yeah.
Where's the stoop show?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You haven't done an outdoor show yet, right? Has there been an outdoor show at all?
No, we did the show on the Intrepid, the battleship in New York, which was not outdoors, but it was on the deck of the Intrepid. It was like on the enclosed deck of the Intrepid. It was like a large cavernous area which felt outdoors because it was so big and there was a space shuttle in there.
Yeah, but you haven't done the talk show Under the Stars yet. You haven't done a formally Under the Stars.
No, I would love that. I would love that. All right.
Come on.
All right. We'll work on it.
Central Park, summer.
Yeah. Late at night.
Oh, yeah. The latest show possible. So it's a little bit of a security risk.
Yeah. That sounds fun.
Feels a little dangerous.
Rick Moranis is there. It's great. We're ready.
Keep calling grounds to turn off the fountain because it's ruining the sound. Thought we cleared this, Patrick.
No. Sorry. I didn't think we'd be doing it that close to the fountain, guys.
So this is detailed a little bit in the documentary as far as the transition during COVID. But for you, what do you recall those initial conversations about coming back and doing something being?
Yeah, I mean, Connor didn't want to do it. And he was very nervous and very in his head about having something be the first exposure that someone has to the show and it being bad. That was like what he was very nervous about, was like the format not translating. And that was early enough where like there weren't a lot of Zoom comedy shows. So he didn't want the format to not translate and then it not live up to his standards. So I think that was one of the reasons why we sort of pivoted a little bit and did our first show on StreamYard, or that was live streaming, was the show where we watched all the Star Wars movies back to back and had all the guests watch with us. And I think that was one of the main reasons why we did it that way, was just because it wasn't doing a proper talk show. And if we had a slightly different format, it wouldn't be able to be judged against one of the live shows because it was different.
It wasn't a one-to-one.
It was different enough.
Comparison.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And then we slowly eased our way back into talk shows, but that was still like week, 9 or 10 of doing it, something like that, before we did like a normal show. The conversation I remember was just being like, it's going to be fine. You're going to be funny. Why, this will be okay. You're just going to have to trust us. We were doing it on Chris Gethard's Twitch channel, and we knew that he had built up a little bit of an audience at that point. And so we had that built in. So like we knew we were not going to be embarrassed by
as well.
Gethard knew Connor.
Yeah, and his audience knew Connor.
Totally. I thought you were asking which one of us knew Connor, and I was like, all of us did.
The audience was aware. Yes,
they were aware. Yeah. They knew him, all that stuff, and we had done a few things on his Twitch channel in those 2 months. We had gone and guested on shows and stuff. So like the three of us, all of our profiles were aware in that universe, and I think it. I'm trying to think of what I was going to say about that, but it was just when we did it and we got like 200 viewers, we were like, holy shit, there's 200 people watching. Like that was so mind-bending to us. Yeah. And it was just very nice that we like never dipped really below 200 on that first show. And that sort of, I think, gave him and us the confidence to like realize that it was going to be fine and it was going to work and it was going to keep going. And then we just kept going, and we went until everyone was exhausted for a little while, and then we took a break, But it was every week for over a year.
And to be fair, it was you all needing the break. It was not the audience.
Yeah,
the audience would have just continued to watch in the building nature that it had.
For sure.
I mean, you really, from week to week during that period, they became happenings.
They became happenings. And they also became 12 hours long, and that was a lot, to keep up, both from stamina and from a being able to have guests that long, and like me trying to book 15 guests every week was not really sustainable.
Trying to stay alive.
Yeah. But it did keep us sane, and I think that was like the important thing.
But I think that's what the audience knew. The audience was in the same position that you all were, in sort of seeking that connection.
Yeah.
And needing that emotional support. And that's what those shows, I mean, they're fascinating to go back and watch now.
Mm-hmm.
And experience those things and try and view it through the lens of, particularly as you get to that sort of week 12, week 13, 14, when everyone's getting a sense of, maybe this isn't going to end anytime soon.
Yeah.
And then you all just went off a cliff, and it evolved into a full, just beautiful butterfly of shared psychosis.
Yes, which is perfect, and I think was what it needed to become. You know, like us
but
pretending
you can see that
like
at the end. That's why they lasted for 12 hours. Is you all going?
Yeah.
I don't want to break this up because what are we going to go to the other room?
Yeah. Oh, we're just going to go to bed now, I guess.
Yeah.
Like that's it. And I think
Griffin's going to try and live down that Taco Bell.
Yeah. Yeah. But that was what it needed to be, because I think us pretending like the world was normal and everything was okay was not the reality of what was happening. So I think by the time you get to that point where it's like, oh, we're all going insane in real life, so we might as well go insane on video in front of people, whether we're raising money for a charity or not. Like it's helpful for us to push that psychosis of the world is crazy right now out of our system and into something semi-creative, you know?
And fun and funny and uplifting, ultimately. Because again, that's where that humanity started coming into it. Yeah. And really humanizing you all. And then, they adding the component of the fact that everyone's locked in. So you booking guests and finding people, a lot more availability than there otherwise would have been.
Yeah, and that helped me so much. Like when you're doing a thing where no one can go anywhere and no one can do anything, it's like, guess what? I know you're home unless you're in one of
and
the
you don't have to do anything but sit at your computer and talk to us for a little bit.
Unless you're in one of the 3 movies that are filming right now. Like that was the only thing where I'm like, well, I guess those 12 people.
Name one that you chased that was in production.
Well, I mean,
because I'm sure you've had them on since.
No. Here's one. The week that we were doing the Studio 60 marathon, a lot of people were telling me they couldn't do it, but they couldn't tell me why. And I didn't understand. I was just like, what are you talking? Why can you not do this? You are a writer or a producer or something. And I'm like, what is going on? And they were filming the West Wing reunion that weekend. And it was just like one of those things where we already had 30 people booked and I couldn't move the date. Because the House of Cards would have fallen apart. In retrospect, I probably should have, but I don't know how many of those people I would have been able to get. But it was like, we were real close on Tommy Schlamme, and we were really close on Bradley Whitford, and we were real close. Like there were a lot of people that we thought we were going to get, but they were.
Have you reached out to them since then?
Yeah. It's just a scheduling thing. It's always just a scheduling thing.
But it'll work out eventually.
We're doing a show here in January, and I'm desperately trying to get Bradley Whitford again. So we'll see. I always desperately try to get Bradley Whitford. That's always the goal.
Yeah, but it's usually for lunch, and it's not for the show, and it's super awkward with it. And you're just like, and by the way, if you want to do the show too,
one usually leads to the other, though.
We can do lunch first.
Yeah, and you see that I'm not insane. You see that I'm not crazy, and then you can do this show. That's how it works. You got to ease them in with slightly less crazy things.
You're the honeypot. You're the one who. Yeah.
What can I say? That's my middle name.
It's not going to be Connor or Griffin out there schmoozing them.
No, that's not how this works.
You lure them in, and then suddenly they're hearing people shout "power guest" at them.
Yes,
and they don't know what's going on.
And that's the dream. The dream is that nobody knows what's going on.
My favorite moment. There are two favorite moments that I have in just pop culture in general to watch as just purely bystander train wreck in entertainment. One is the Good Nights on SNL and watching the interactions that happen on that stage as the credits are rolling. I find that endlessly fascinating.
Yeah.
The other part is when a guest who has no idea what the George Lucas talk show is, that you have somehow corralled into this, walks onto that stage and is fully realizing in that moment, what is going on?
What am I doing
going
here?
on?
Yeah.
What am I committing to? Wait, you're Connor? You're George. Wait, with George? Okay.
And guess what? It's too late now because you're in it. You're in it.
And meanwhile, Griffin / Watto is screaming on one side, and you're running around handing out drinks. Yeah,
it's fun. It's
fun. Being used as a footstool.
It's the way TV should be. that happened. We just did that Chicago show and we had Nora Dunn and she acclimated very fast.
Nora Dunn was fantastic.
She was so good. It made me so happy that she liked it and got it and was down to just be a fucking clown, and that rules.
To the surprise of the other guests on the panel.
Totally. Well, it was to the surprise of everyone, I think. You never know. And, when you're doing a touring show like that and you're in a certain town, there's only a pool of so many people that you can get on that show. And she was one where she was the first person I asked, and not knowing what her vibe was. I'd never met her. I didn't know her. And just hoping and praying that she would get it and have fun. But she's also someone that is intimidating. And I didn't know what the vibe was going to be. And as soon as she got backstage, I knew it would be fine. And that's always the dream when that happens, because it can go one of both ways. You go backstage and the person shows up and you're like, oh no. Oh no.
I've seen you on stage going, oh no.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%. It happened a lot more during COVID because it was just harder to, you're getting, if we're doing a fundraiser and watching a TV show and you're getting a weird guest star from a show 20 years ago and you're like, oh, this is why I haven't seen you in a while.
And there's no easy way to move around an awkward guest on a Zoom.
But I think everyone knows that it's awkward. Everyone watching is we're all in this together and we're all seeing this happen in real time.
Yeah.
And it's rare. I'm not going to name names, obviously, but there's not many that I wouldn't have booked regardless, even knowing what I know now.
Yeah, no, I mean, I would say that there are no shows that I've seen from an audience perspective where I go, that was a complete disaster.
Yeah.
And nothing worked.
Yeah.
I find it more fascinating to look at the admirable way that you all navigate.
Sure.
When there might be an awkward guest who either doesn't get it or has a weird vibe throughout the evening.
Yeah.
But that's a thing I think where you all have gelled into a really great unit together, is that you're all supporting each other to navigate around that. And you all are copacetic and on the same wavelength enough to know how to facilitate you all moving forward during a show.
It's almost more fun for me having someone who's kind of a nightmare. It's a little fun.
But
because I think with the three of us all,
your evil producer eyes, who are looking at this thing going, this is
yeah. But I think we all
now, Griffin.
I think we all have a little bit of a chaotic nature and actually like the chaotic nature. Whereas I think there are a lot of shows out there where people say they want chaos and don't necessarily want chaos. They want controlled chaos, but we're okay with something, getting 15 minutes into something and being like, what the fuck is going on right now? And just having to go with it.
There are plenty of times where other shows would have ground to a halt.
Totally.
Or the audience would have gotten the vibe.
Yeah.
Which you I've seen you all so deftly navigate a lot of those moments. Yeah. Because you can lose a guest, you can't lose the audience.
Yeah. I don't know that we have ever lost the audience. I definitely know there are guests that have lost the audience.
But the good thing is that you all as a unit are still there and up there and moving around that.
Yeah.
So
I may have lost the audience at some point. I don't think the three of the members of the show have lost
here's the great thing. As the show's mascot, you really can't lose the audience.
Hey, we'll see. I take that as a challenge.
You know what? You can't. You're so endearing in those moments.
Oh boy.
You just to see you light up with attention.
Yeah.
When people are noticing, even in low moments, even in things where people are actively calling you out on producerial failures.
Yeah, sure.
That audience is on your side, and you cannot lose that audience.
Yeah,
because they all look at you and go, "You're not in the power position, really." On
no, of course not.
On this stage,
of course not. Yeah, yeah.
It's weird because you are both the Kermit and the Scooter.
Sure.
Of the show.
Yeah. Connor famously, I think this is public. I think we've talked about this. Connor famously says he's not Fozzie because he's, quote, not a hard jokes guy. So.
You know what's, I would say that if I were, we'll talk Muppets all night. You know that.
Sure. Yeah.
I would say, without a doubt, Griffin is the Miss Piggy. without any doubt.
Okay, great. You said it.
And I think Connor is Gonzo. And I think Connor is Gonzo because of the emotional component that exists within Gonzo. And also a love and appreciation for chaos and what that can be, but also for the quiet moments and the connection and that sort of unexpected emotion, for an audience, unexpected emotion that can come with Gonzo when he reaches into those moments, but also someone who can appreciate absurdity.
And Rich Summer is sort of our Pepe?
Pepe or New Zealand?
Yeah, I guess it's Lou.
There's a fair amount of New Zealand
I guess
in Rich.
It's probably Lou. That's very funny.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, I guess it's Lou. That's good. That's good.
But I definitely would. Yeah, that would be my picks.
Okay. Those are good picks.
So now we'll see what Griffin says about that.
Dude, balls in your court, buddy. Balls in your court, Griffin.
Who do you think Griffin would pick?
No, would pick? I thought you were gonna say would be. I don't know. I mean, Piggy's good. We're saying Griffin or we're saying Watto?
Well, we're saying Watto. We're saying Watto. We're putting in character. As far as where they've taken those personas on stage and how they exist within the show.
I mean, it's sort of a piggy animal Fozzie.
But I think the thing that Watto has that Fozzie doesn't have is a supreme confidence. Watto has a supreme confidence. There's no lacking in, and Fozzie is very much crippled by that.
Yeah.
So that's why I wouldn't even put him in the same ballpark as
I'm just saying a lot of
Fozzie.
Watto's comedy is bad. You know?
But I think you can transfer it over to Piggy's belief in herself.
Sure,
maybe not equating to.
I think Piggy's pretty good. I think Piggy is pretty good. I think that's like a good option that I would not even have considered. But I think you're right. Yeah.
And just, that they both share
what
the
about
same.
Sesame?
I mean, I think I would kind of put George on a level of Grover.
Oh, interesting. I was thinking maybe Ernie too.
I think what comes through in a lot of moments, I think because there's a lot of quiet moments that George will have on stage, that I don't think Ernie has those same sort of quiet moments. And in that way,
sure. I mean, you got I'd Like to Visit the Moon. That's a pretty George song.
Yeah. But I think you could also hear Grover sing that song.
Yeah. Watto
and
is
that's sort of,
Cookie Monster?
There's a monster at the end of the show sort of energy coming
Sure.
from
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah. Watto's Cookie Monster?
Oh, I could see him definitely as a chaos agent like that.
Yeah. You had those three ready to go, and now I'm throwing a wrench in it.
No, you're not throwing a wrench. It's great that we're exploring. This is necessary to explore.
No, I'm happy to be thinking about it. Yeah.
You know who would be? And I think about it because he's sitting back there. Guy Smiley.
Interesting.
I think there's a fair amount.
He's sitting back where?
He was right here.
Oh, it's okay. I was gonna get mad if it was a Palisades. It's a for those listening. It's a Super 7 figure.
Yeah, why would we get mad? Because I had it.
Yeah. The dream.
You're here.
There I am. Look at that guy. Look at that guy.
This is my childhood scooter.
Oh, sure. I still haven't opened my scooter. He's in a box. My Palisades scooter's still in a box.
We had this conversation years ago now.
I know, but I'm just going to be sad once I open it. That's the whole thing.
Why? Why would you be sad when you open it?
Because it's going to be gone. I don't have that many left that are still in boxes, and I love having that feeling of being able to open one of them. Well, then how about
this? You purchase all the time. There are still ones out
famously.
there.
There's not that many outside of like variants. For those listening, we're talking about the Palisades at Muppet action figures that came out in the early 2000s. Get myself a worse one, I know, but like my Fozzie, my Scooter, and my Jim Henson one. Those are the 3 that are still in the boxes.
I mean, the Jim Henson one, you got to have out and sitting on a desk.
I know.
Why are you doing that to yourself? What are you doing?
Maybe once I also have a lot of figures out already. So maybe that's a house. Once the house happens.
I don't think you have a lot of figures out already. I have a lot of figures out already. I think you're fine.
Yeah, I know.
That's a visual Easter egg for the people watching on YouTube right now.
Oh boy, but Ken, there's a slippery slope, and if they all start coming out,
what you're talking about.
Yeah. Also, I live in a place.
So slippery, I also live a lot of figures on it.
Look, I live in a place with earthquakes, so I got to keep that in mind.
You think you're the only one? We get stands. You get things that can accommodate.
I know. Someday.
Life is finite. What? Open that figure. Open that figure and enjoy that figure. Put a little mug in his hand. Do something.
Okay.
He's got to look. What does he come with?
He comes with a skateboard, and he comes with a microphone, and he comes with a box of Chinese food, and he comes with a clipboard. I think that's it. Let's see.
Of all the things that you just named, the only thing that I would definitely associate consistently with him is the clipboard.
Yeah.
The other thing that is a shame they didn't give it, why does he not have a guitar? Like the one big number that he got.
He comes with a ton. He also comes with a little boombox, and he comes with a cup holder with 2 cups.
And Elton John is on the boombox, right?
Yeah. He should come with a guitar, but then you'd have to make him hold the guitar, and I feel like that changes that figure.
Well, we're going to have to transfer over one of the guitars. No, I don't think they ever did an acoustic guitar, right?
I don't think so.
Because it would have been electric for the Electric Mayhem figures.
I don't think so either. And I do have the worst Scooter variant out. I've got the movie theater one. He's out of the box.
I mean, it's a great popcorn machine that comes with that. I will say that.
Can I tell you something? The popcorn machine, I used to have them on my bookshelf in my childhood home, and I think it got slightly melted by the sun, and there was something on top of it. So now the top of the popcorn machine got a little funky because I was trying to take something off of it.
Is this the trauma
I get scared. My apartment has a giant window,
Put some UV protection over it or something, or a blind.
I got a blind, but
you also have a lot of vintage posters in there,
I'm aware.
so I certainly hope you've got a UV protection on that window.
The sun does not come this way, but yes, they are all UV glass on them.
The sun goes everywhere you even think it doesn't go. If you have sunlight in that room, it's hitting those things.
It does have UV glass, so I feel okay about that. But
okay,
yeah,
I don't want that Ewok poster being ruined.
That one is not even anywhere near any window. There are no windows near that, so that's good.
Is that like the entirety of your entryway? Where did you finally have that? So for anyone who doesn't know, you have a foreign theatrical release. Mm-hmm. It's for Ewok
Caravan
Adventure,
of Courage.
Right?
Yeah.
Caravan of Courage. It was right. Yeah. So, and this is 6 feet.
I'm going to say framed. I'm going to say it's 8 feet tall.
By 8 feet tall. It's square.
It's 8 feet by probably 5.5.
That's ridiculous.
Something like that.
It's still a ridiculous thing.
I'm aware.
In the best way.
Yeah, and I keep buying foreign posters, and it's a problem. I just got another one, and I'm like, it's almost that big. It's not that big, but it's almost that big. It's a beautiful Army of Darkness one. It's Italian.
So what do you tell yourself now? Do you tell yourself, like, I'm buying it for when I have an office? What are you telling yourself?
Or a house. It's not going to happen.
Oh, any of these things can happen. Let's not say that.
Look, I've got an original E.T. theatrical poster right there.
We don't want to get into poster.
It's a problem.
Here, I'll throw it down. At some point, what we should do, I'll offer this up.
Yeah.
We'll do a live stream
Oh, okay.
Where it's just me. I'll pull out all of the poster tubes that I have.
Wow.
And these poster tubes are all probably 40, 50, 60 posters rolled within each other in these tubes. Nothing is separate. Everything is rolled into a dense, probably has its own gravity. There's probably a gravitational pull to these poster tubes.
And you'll just let me pick what I want?
Maybe. Okay. I don't know. Maybe. What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it, Patrick? What are you going to do with it?
Well, you got to get what I have, which are, what do you call them? Like portfolios, and you just put them under the couch. They just stay under the couch flat. And that way they're not all rolled up, and if one poster gets wet... The problem is,
I have so many, it would make a couch.
Great, free couch.
We'll go through the posters. Yes. We'll go through. How about that? We'll go through and we'll see what's in these posters.
Yeah, I think it's good.
There are posters I went through during the pandemic and just looked at some of the tubes, and there's stuff I have no memory of getting. There's signed stuff in there I had no memory of getting.
Yeah. That's the fun stuff, though, when it comes out.
Yeah. Where did I get this? Where? Why?
Yeah. Why do I have this? Yeah. Why do I have a... there's a poster... Man, what is it? Is it for a comic book? I'm not sure. It's a poster that is signed by Todd McFarlane and former Red Sox pitcher, current bigot, Curt Schilling.
What's the poster of, though?
It's like some magic. Something magic. I'm going to Google it right now. I'm going to see what it was even for. I think I maybe got it at a Comic-Con.
I'm now just hoping it says something magic.
Something magic. Let's see. Todd McFarlane, Curt Schilling.
But is it like magic?
There's literally nothing. There's literally nothing
of why they would be. I mean, I know he's like a huge baseball fan.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay. I think this is it. It's something called Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. But I don't know why Curt Schilling's on it.
Was he just there? Was he just like having dinner?
I think it's an R.A. Salvatore book. Famously, the author who dropped a moon on Chewbacca. In Vector Prime.
Why has he not been a guest on the talk show?
I would love that. Probably because Connor and Griffin definitely never read that book and have no idea what it is.
That has never stopped you from booking anyone before.
I know.
All they need to know is he's the author. I mean, famously, George didn't read the books, so he's got that built into the character.
I found the Comic-Con panel. It's Curt Schilling introducing it. I really don't. It's Schilling wanted to. Here it is. Okay, Schilling wanted to create his own fantasy property.
What year was this? Was this like during that initial
2012?
Oh, so this is
so I must have seen them at a Comic-Con.
Numerous financial crashes that there have been no way that there was money in this.
Yeah. It looks like it was a video game. It was an action role-playing game that came out on PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and Windows.
Oh, so you could still pick this up from a GameStop. There could be.
Yeah, I should sell that poster. I'm sure I could sell that poster for $20.
Take it into a GameStop and see what kind of trade they'll offer you. Aren't they having their new bring anything in?
You bring anything promotion? To us. Yeah. But I've got those posters too, is what I'm saying. There's plenty of posters where I'm like, I don't know what this is. I also have a lot of posters from the Gethard show, just like prop stuff that we used, but it's on like cardboard or what, not cardboard. What do you call it? Not oak tag.
Right, with the
poster board. Yeah, not even foam board, but just like poster board. And I'm just like, do I get rid of those? What do I do? The answer is yes, I should. But
I mean that sounds like something that would be great for like a charity.
It's true,
sort of thing.
Yeah.
When is I don't know. When is Gethard doing his next charity thing?
But then I gotta ship it. No,
that sounds like you need to road trip all this stuff. This needs to be next documentary.
Oh no, that's too much.
You can call it the unloading.
Yeah, I gotta do it. I gotta go through and get rid of stuff. But
we say that, but
I know.
We really don't. I know. The only one I've seen consistently get rid of stuff is Connor.
It's true. It's true. A lot of the stuff that gets rid of at those Comic-Con or Bell House shows or whatever are my stuff that I bring too, though. I brought like a lot of stuff for this last one, which was nice to get rid of that. And I've got a little pile over there of stuff that I'm like, time to move this along. You know?
What, are you just waiting for the next LA show?
I'm either waiting for the LA show or just like the right place to bring a copy of Superman the movie, the magazine from 1978. I don't need it.
I mean, you seem to be able to bring these things, but according to Wanda, the only thing you can't bring is George's wife's book.
That's true.
With any consistency.
That is true.
How many times have you shown up and left those back at the hotel?
Oh, I mean, it's been a year, and not even at the hotel, just in my apartment. I just forget to like put them in the package. I should bring them because I am packing for New York currently, so I should put that in the package now. But
you won't. You will absolutely
but I
not.
won't. The problem is it's on the edge of my bookshelf up against a wall. It's like the last book in the bookshelf. So I think it's just in a corner too much and I just never see it. So I always forget about it.
Someone needs to keep a running tally of how many copies have been either purchased or given away.
I would love that.
Through the show.
Yeah.
And share that.
With Melody?
With Melody, yes.
Yeah, let her know.
Let her know what her ranking, her sales ranking, how this has been affected by.
I would be really curious about that, genuinely, because I don't know how many copies that book has sold in general.
I don't know what the awareness. I hadn't heard about the book until you all started talking about it. So I don't even remember. Like, did she do a big promotional run of shows?
She did an interview with Oprah, and she went on. Okay, and she went on. Sorry, I'm just looking at the Wikipedia or the Amazon page for it now. She went on the Today Show and talked about it. And I'll say this. There's a caption on this book that we've never talked about. Melody on Money. That is in the parentheses of the title of this, and we've never talked about that. But there's 756 reviews, which is like pretty good.
But how many of those reviews are from people that the George Lucas Talk Show have driven to that book?
We should tell people. This is very funny. 3 stars. Allison R. Meringue. For kids. This is a book for kids. That's it. I think that's very funny.
You know what? Go to their profile and see how many of those exact same reviews they have left on other books. Are they consistently leaving for kids?
Hang on, I'm looking at these 1 stars really quick. Disappointed. Returning as I found the format to be more suited for younger children, perhaps 6 to 9 years old at the most. My grandson's 11 and in 5th grade. It would be too elementary for him.
Why is that a 1 star if you purchase something that was just geared to the wrong age?
Well, that's
Why does
the
that
annoying
1 star the book?
That is the annoying thing about these kind of reviews.
Because I know you're looking at the ratings for the Blu-ray right now on Amazon. Yeah, I know you've checked them out.
100%. But the annoying ones are when you see like Jingle All the Way on Blu-ray or whatever, and the review is 1 star, meant to buy this on DVD. And you're just like...
Wouldn't play.
Yeah. Okay, that's not their fault. That's not their fault. All right, Allison R. Meringue. Let's see her other reviews.
It's gonna be so weird when it's for kids is the review on the I'm George Lucas Blu-ray.
It's loading. We'll see if this loads. Page unresponsive. That's not good.
What is the ranking of the book right now on Amazon?
Good question.
And how does that compare to the ranking of the I'm George Lucas Blu-ray?
I think the book's probably doing a little better than the Blu-ray. Let's see.
You think? I mean, the book's been out a while. The Blu-ray is relatively new.
How do we see rankings?
It should have the sales ranking near the top, doesn't it?
Whoa, you get it's buy one get one 50% off on Amazon right now.
On what? Just books or anything?
On this book specifically. I don't see the ranking anywhere.
So it sounds like you need to start purchasing for upcoming shows.
Oh, okay. Here we go. It's number 3 in children's money and saving reference books. It's number 4 in children's money, and it's number 48 in a category it should not be categorized in: children's self-esteem books. But it's number 6,122 in books in general.
What's the name of the book again?
Priceless Facts About Money.
But what is the overall Amazon ranking?
Well, it
Not
just
the
has
category ranking.
It just has books. We are 55 in documentary, which I feel pretty good about.
I mean, considering how many documentaries
that's pretty good
are out there, that's solid. That's nothing. I mean, this is such an inexpensive book. But who's
we're 1,115 in comedy.
Is it now? Is like a buy one and get one fit? So is this like encouraging institutional purchases?
Yeah. Institutional purchases for your institutional wealth. We are 11,416 in movies and TV. So
that's not bad.
Not bad. In the grand scheme of things, not bad.
There are hundreds of thousands, if not millions.
Yeah. I feel pretty good.
You're doing good. You need to start screenshotting those things. Too.
I just wish she was higher in children's self-esteem. I wish that was higher up.
Well, start purchasing.
Uh-huh.
And how does that rank? Do you have to like purchase it through a link you followed in that category to get it higher ranked?
I don't know.
Also, what's the self-esteem aspect of is it just I feel better about myself because I learned about money?
I've not read the whole book. I've read a solid chunk of the book, but it seems like, don't look at me. But
how many pages is this book?
80.
You've flown with this book numerous times. You've been on long haul flights cross country with this book, and you never cracked it open.
No. But it does. I would not call it a children's self-esteem book.
You've done dozens of audio commentaries.
Yeah.
You need to start arranging dozens of readings of this book.
Sure.
And do audiobook readings of this book.
Sure.
Starting with your own.
Uh-huh.
I'll
do it. I think it would be funny. I bet that is the thing that would get us shut down, is if we put out our own audiobook of this book.
You know what? I hear that Rich Sommer has a guy who lives in his house who would be a great reader for this book.
That is very funny.
When's your next charity stream? When are you guys fundraising again?
Oh, I don't know. Charity stream, I have no idea, but we'll see. That's amazing. That would be very
This
fun.
is why we talk. This is why we talk. Is we eventually you never bought the inflatables.
No, that's true. We talked. We'll give people a little context for that. That was a late night podcasting discussion during lockdown. I think I was still in New York. I think at that point.
Yeah, you hadn't moved yet.
We had found a bunch of inflatables that were huge, gigantic inflatables for the backyard. You could also buy they were on eBay. You could buy wax figures of Jack Nicholson. It was like a lot. There were a lot of different things.
But then we went to like the actual website of the company that produces these things and found some amazing inflatables.
Yeah.
Like and Millennium Falcon bounce castles.
I just kept trying to lowball them and they wouldn't do it because all the things on eBay were like $15 million. And I was just like, okay, but I want this for like $200.
You know what?
And they wouldn't.
I bet they still haven't sold, and they may be in a much better position right now for you to negotiate with.
I'm typing in celebrity wax figure on eBay.
They can't have gone, right? Who would have bought those for those prices?
They're not up here anymore.
I mean,
so I assume the company is just not around anymore.
Yeah, although I think maybe we need to get some wax figures of you, Watto, and George.
A nightmare machine
made.
That's what that is. That's a nightmare.
And have you guys offer them
for $15 million
to Madame Tussauds.
Oh, bring them. Just bring them outside.
Yeah, just bring them. Bring them and say we'd like to make a donation.
Hey, we got them. We got the new ones. Bring them on in. We just show up
You show up at a loading dock? No one asks questions.
They're gonna take them. That's very funny.
Oh, when this is a transfer from London.
Oh, you don't know them? No, they're big over there.
I don't have the paperwork. You're supposed to have the paperwork. Do the voices that Aykroyd and then put on in Ghostbusters 2 when they're talking about the work orders.
Okay, life-size wax figure. Hang on, is this it? Is this it? Okay, I'm back in.
Oh, you found? Oh, are they still there?
Yes, they're for $15,900. That is like their average number.
And the ones you're seeing right now, what's the one that catches your eye? What's the must-have?
I mean, I'm seeing Angelina Jolie. Let's see.
Have they improved any, or are they the same ones we saw?
I believe they're the same ones. I see Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, Hugh Jackman, Wolverine, Rambo, Muhammad Ali, Michael Jackson, and that appears to be it. And then the rest of the things you can buy on here are just postcards from different wax museums.
So this is an outfit that is supposed to be supplying your local wax museum. Like if you, I want to start a wax museum in town, I got to get my wax figures.
Yes, and now I'm of course remembering the name of the company, which is Zynga Worldwide LLC. Zinga. I did just send a $200 offer for the Wolverine one. They did not turn the offer down. This is exciting.
You're in play.
And here's all the inflatables. We got so many inflatables. This is exciting. They also have a category on here called crypto miners. It's like mining for crypto. It's just.
Oh, I thought this was a project they were pitching. Is this an animated series? No. Is this for kids?
No. Yeah, there's a lot of inflatables still on here. There's some cool ones. I would do it if I had space.
That Millennium Falcon looked great.
Yeah.
I'd run around that Millennium Falcon.
Sure. Yeah, 50 feet by 30 feet by 25 feet. Bounce castle.
Here's my proposal. You get that Millennium Falcon bounce castle, and you record a George Lucas talk show in that bounce castle.
That's good.
Who would be your bounce castle guests? Who would be the ones that you would book specifically for the bounce castle?
Probably Dave Thomas. Probably let's see who else.
Make sure that you get the guests that are as old as possible that you really want this to be their last hurrah.
Yeah, Dave Thomas, Mel Brooks, maybe the woman who
Patrick, we're having trouble getting Mel into the bounce castle.
But also like the woman who George is on the date with in Beverly Hills Cop 3. We'd want to get her. There's a lot of good people.
Patrick, and I know you've looked it up.
Yeah, it's Christina Venuti. We follow each other on Instagram.
And has she been a guest on the show?
But we've been trying.
So the bounce house is really, that's going to be the big.
That's how you get her.
That's how you luck.
That's how you get her.
This is how you get Bradley Whitford. All I'm telling you, you know how he loves bounce castles.
Famously.
Do you know he has a bounce White House installed in his backyard?
Good for him. He's living the dream. He's doing what we all wish we could do. You know?
He does West Wing readings in there.
I get it. Relatable.
No, inflatable.
Fair. Yeah, no, if I had a backyard, I'd absolutely get a giant bounce castle. I think that would be worth my while. Yeah, I think having statues in a backyard would be fun. I think there's a lot of stuff that I think about. Multiple hot tubs, I think, would be cool if you had them like next to each other. Excuse me.
So like you can leap from tub to tub, or
no? Like this is mine. This is my friend's. That one's yours. You hang out over there. Like I think that they're in a square next to each other, and you could just talk to each other from each hot tub.
I like how you're constructing them all how you would a show.
Yeah, 100%.
Like this is my hot tub talk show.
Yeah, I don't know how you mic a hot tub.
It sounds like a problem you want to solve.
I assume there's a way to do it.
I mean, you just have to use a boom, right? I mean, you wouldn't. Yeah. You're not using lavaliers or anything that would connect to the performers. You just have something above it.
Yeah. I just wonder what the excess noise would be like. You know.
I mean, if you're shotgun micing directly at the participants and they're not going to have a lot of mobility within the space of their individual tubs, you could
just put a microphone on a stand, like on an arm, that goes over
but that's in the splash zone. You know there's going to be splashing.
I guess that's true.
You know the guests that you have, and you know your hosts. You know there's going to be splashing.
Yeah. I just think it would be worth it. Because here's the thing, and I think we've talked about this before.
Get out and get something.
If one of us dies on the show, that show's going up on the YouTube. You know, like we've
is
never
that in
been
your
good.
will? Is that one of your last acts? Is to you have an auto upload to whatever?
We sometimes have trouble getting press on things, but I do think that would get us press.
Well, I think it depends on which one of you goes.
No, I'm not saying I think if anyone died on a talk show and that footage was uploaded, I think that automatically gets a Hollywood Reporter piece. I think it automatically gets it.
Is this your actual thought, or is this just a long-held dream? Is this just no, I think this is...
I genuinely think, and look, we'll say it's me for the sake of argument because I'm the least famous of the three of us. I genuinely think if there is a talk show where it's the three of us and frickin', Seth Rogen and Tatiana Maslany are the guests, we'll say, right? And I die on that show, and they either air the full thing or, trim it out the piece when I die and then I'm taken off the stage and then they go back into the show, and that goes up on YouTube, I guarantee you that gets press.
I mean, that could have happened. They sent you out in a hurricane.
True.
Not just they sent you out. You chose to follow through on them sending you out in a hurricane.
And it would make a lot of sense for where we are in the world if all of this was hell, Like if I had died in that moment and then this was all after that, I totally would buy it. Totally would buy it.
It's you were hit by a flying bodega cat.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, that's the only time I really feared for anyone's safety.
It was fine. It was just heavy rain. It wasn't that bad. That bad.
There were gusts. Anything could have happened out there.
Yeah, it was worth it. Most things are worth it.
You've done a lot for the show. You've given a lot. You've given your hair to the show.
That's true. And I miss those days. For those listening who aren't super fans, I used to shave my head a lot during the show if we raised a certain amount of money or whatever. And I wish I could do that again. I miss those. I think that was fun.
I mean, you could do that at any point.
I could. I'm just always nervous that it's going to be the last time. That it's like, oh, it's not going to grow back this time. Or that's the thing that
it quite works like that.
Well, but it could. It never grew back quite the same after we fully shaved it off last time. Yeah, I don't think I could get away with that. I think the only reason why I did it and was fine with it was because I knew I didn't have to go anywhere. And I knew that the only thing I'd have to be seen on visually was that show. But I was happy that when I did it, my head looked fine. So in the future, if the hair does go, or I do need to shave it again for something, I know that it's like relatively okay. Yeah.
You've taken away any of the mystery of that final frontier.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it is again, for anyone listening, watching, I can't recommend the show enough.
Oh, you could just end it at I can't recommend the show.
I'm not saying how this is going out. I'm doing this for your benefit right now. It really was a wonderful thing to find during that period. And the show, I had known about the show for ages before that, because I always heard about it. I had been up in New York and heard, oh yeah, they're doing it, but never had the time to go see it. But it was this quirky little show that, your first thought is, wait, what? What is George Lucas talk shit? What?
And that's kind of the second thought,
and then also it coming out of a period of extreme negativity.
Yeah.
About George and the franchise and the increasing toxicity online. It's like, I don't know if I want to sit down and see the stage version of The Case Against.
Yeah. No one wants that.
The people versus George Lucas on stage.
Yeah, no one should even watch the filmed version of that.
Yeah, Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't, I didn't need that. And, and it was vague enough that I didn't know what it was, but I was aware. Yeah. Finding that when I did, when we were all in an emotionally vulnerable place.
Yeah.
And it's, I can't, no one can have that same experience in Discovery right now of sitting there with that. I was going through and I, posted something the other day of just finding weird meme images created from it.
Yeah. I saw you post some of those. Yeah.
Watto endorses Taco Bell.
You should just repost those because there's so many of them that are insane and that don't, if you see them now, you're like, what the fuck is that even talking about?
I made a mock Rich Summer autobiography called Rich Man, Poor Man.
That's very
I took
funny.
the time. I took the time to do that.
Yeah.
But that was the weird communal vibe that the show encouraged at that time. And because you knew the audience was there. You guys also were at that time not doing it in a vacuum. Yeah. We're not pretending to do it in a vacuum. You were well aware that there was not only people watching, but a still mostly functional social media landscape.
Yeah. Yeah. That is true.
That you could take advantage of and have fun with.
It's a lot harder to do that now when you're like, everyone tweet at XYZ, and everyone's like, I'm not on that website anymore. And you're like, oh yeah, we can't just mobilize people to do things.
All three of you aren't even on the same platforms.
It's true.
At this point.
It's true. Yeah, it's true.
I don't know what Griffin has against Blue Sky, but
I don't know if anyone has anything for Blue Sky at this point,
No, it's hard to have anything for anything.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just nothing. There's no central hub anymore, and that's a bummer.
No, and nothing that feels like it's a great place to be.
Yeah,
everything seems like, well, this is functional-ish enough for right now, and doesn't seem as incredibly awful as some other places. So, but
it will be. Give it time.
Away. It'll all go away. It's all going to go away, like everything goes away.
Yeah.
But as long as you all don't go away,
we'll see. No promises.
At least do it during a show, so we have that preserved.
As long as I get that Hollywood Reporter article, that's all I want. That's all I want.
You sure you want the report? You know what variety? You want the Reporter?
I'll take both. Usually they aggregate each other. Yeah. If one of them writes about it, the other one's going to be like, per Hollywood Reporter.
Oh, can you imagine two newsrooms racing?
Local comedy producer has a heart attack on the air after eating a pan-fried roll of paper towels,
Comedy
or whatever.
Producer and poster hoarder.
Yes. Look, I'm a poster hoarder, but I know that my estate sale will be good, and I think that is what matters.
Oh, no, there's going to be a lot of people picking through, going, wow, I can't, what a find. I'm so happy I got this for $1.
Crazy that he spent $1,000 in an auction on it. Glad I got it for $1.
Yeah. Someone ripping stuff out of those frames.
Uh-huh.
I'll just junk the frame. I don't need the frame. Just roll it up.
Oh, boy.
I don't have room for that frame. That's too heavy. I'm flying with this thing tonight. Just stuff it in my bag.
Oh, I mean, no one can travel with that Ewok poster. That's the whole problem, is when I have to move.
Just imagine someone getting in a car and being the ones to open your scooter figure.
Oh, no.
This is why you have to open it.
This is why I have to leave everything to certain people in a will. That's why I have to do that. I got to be very picky about who gets what in a will.
But you can't be sitting in a house filled with Post-it notes before you're dead.
True.
You don't want true. Yeah. And then you got to worry about is there a process of like, what if they go before you do?
This is going to be great if I die next week.
Listen, I think we provided a service for anyone who has to go through your stuff now.
Yeah, they're like, we have it on tape.
This is what he wanted. This is what he wanted.
Yeah, just ship it all to the Museum of the Moving Image. Make them take care of it.
Don't even ship it. You just show up at the loading dock, and no one's going to turn away anything. We're here to make a donation. You should have it. You should have the paperwork. It should be there. I don't have it.
enjoy all these DVDs.
All I see, I imagine everything there. Connor just throwing them out during a show to people in the audience.
Here you go. Enjoy his Spanish Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein poster.
Can you take it out of the frame?
Yeah. Oh,
it's gonna
boy.
be fantastic. So what do you... So obviously people should pick up the Blu-ray. And I will say as someone, if you have no idea whatsoever what the George Lucas Talk Show is, who Connor Ratcliffe is, who I'm going to pronounce
the other one. Oh yeah. Do you want to take it again?
Newman. No, I'm going to leave it in. I'm you know what? I'm a human being and I make mistakes, but I acknowledged my mistake and I corrected it because I know that names are important, and that was my mistake in that moment. And I knew better because I know his name.
You should write a children's self-esteem book.
I know. I don't want to push anyone's book lower in the rankings. Who I know you want to get as a guest at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, just as a sales force, she should come on the show.
I mean, that's all I want her to know is that, like, we actively have moved probably, I don't know, 300 copies of that book easily.
You need to put together a supercut infomercial.
Yeah.
Of all of the promotion that you have done within the show.
We should.
And have little interstitials selling it. And that's where you have the audiobook reader extraordinaire. Friend of Rich. Come in. And deliver those interstitials.
If you want to be the one to tell him he's got to read 80 pages, be my guest. Be my guest.
You have done worse to him live and in the moment. So
that is true.
You can in no way use that as a cop-out on this.
That is true.
So I think that you have done tremendous promotion for that.
Yeah.
Within the show.
That was the goal. We want her to like us, you know? We want her to think of us as a positive thing.
It's not like you're out there making fun of or bad-mouthing the book.
No.
You're legitimately getting the word out about this book.
Yeah. A book that's, like, from what I've read, pretty good. I don't know. I wish I knew this stuff about money. I'm terrible with money.
How many copies are in your apartment right now?
Just one. I just have one.
So you could pick it up at any time and read it.
I could go grab it literally right. I'm looking at it right now. I see it.
Oh, you should do that. You should go grab it and show off.
Right now?
Do an advertisement for it. I made Patrick get up. He can hear all this right now. He can't say anything right now because he's walking away from the mic. And honestly, I just wanted a better shot of the Abbott and Costello poster for everyone to look at that for a moment. That was the most important thing. I needed him out of the way so we could see that because it's a fabulous poster. Oh, yep. Here we go.
Okay. All right. Here it is. Priceless Facts About Money. This is called Melody on Money by Melody Hobson. From the beginning of time to the coins in your couch. Illustrated by Caitlin Stevens. It's pretty good. Like, the illustrations are really great.
So you should have Caitlin on. Have you reached out to Caitlin Stevens?
That's a good idea. I haven't. I'll read one paragraph about ATMs.
Please.
How's that?
And give it your all. This
is on page 22. 55 years ago. What?
Oh, I was just slating it. Go on.
Okay. 55 years ago, money machines. For a long time, bank tellers were human beings. They stood behind counters and took care of customers, turning checks into cash and depositing money into accounts. Then, technology created machines that could do these same tasks. Plus, the machines never had to sleep and could stay open all night. The first ATM, automated teller machine, popped up in London in 1967. Today, ATMs are all over the world. Still, most banks have human tellers because machines can't do everything. And that, folks, is a priceless fact about money. Thank you. Thank you. Some great pull quotes on the back. Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan Chase, who, of course, very recently said, "We are not donating to the ballroom at the White House because we don't want people to look at us and associate us with that." So good on you, Jamie Dimon. Got a quote from Kerry Washington, Reese Witherspoon, Kate Capshaw.
Kate Capshaw,
Capshaw. Artist, not actress, artist, which I like.
And Kerry Washington of Wake Up Dead Man?
Yes.
A Knives Out mystery?
Actress, producer, and entrepreneur, Kerry Washington. I wish that I had been able to read this book when I was 10, but I'm so grateful that my kids have it now. There you go. Do you think George saw Wake Up Dead Man? I bet he did.
Do you think he waited to watch it on Netflix? Or do you think he went to a theater to see it?
I don't. That's a great question. But I bet he did because she's friends with Carrie. And I like to think that he just keeps up with Rian Johnson's filmography. I think that's fun.
Do you think that he's still a cinema exclusive? Or do you think now as a father to a young child again,
I'll tell you something. My friend sent me a photo because she saw him at the Americana in Glendale going to see a movie at the AMC. And then a few days earlier, they had posted another photo when they went to go see a movie at the Americana at the AMC. So I think that's their LA-based theater of choice.
Do you know that he's aware of the George Lucas talk show?
I don't know for sure. I know that enough people in that orbit are aware. I know that his team is aware.
I can't imagine that she's.
I know that Melody is aware.
Yes, I can't imagine her not being aware.
Yes,
and keeping active tabs on you all.
Yes, I know that a lot of people at that company are aware. I don't know that he specifically is aware or not. I would imagine at this point that he is, but I have no concrete proof on that one way or another.
So let's say you get an email. Out of the blue that says George would like to do the talk show.
Yeah, sure.
What goes through your mind at that moment?
I mean, yeah, the answer is yes, obviously, but it's one of those like, okay, where is it live? Is it recorded? There's a lot of different elements to doing this. Does it happen in Chicago? Does it happen in San Francisco? Does it happen in LA? Like, where is he based at this point? I think it's very doable. I'm not concerned about it. I think the interview would be more interesting than people think it would be, and that we don't really care about asking him Star Wars questions, for the most part, if at all, And
I think that he's not George. George is already on the stage.
Well, no, but in this case, it's
he gets a little
Mr.
weird
Spock's Mr. Spock's there, but he's got a goatee. There are two Georges on that stage. That part does not. The fact of the matter is just we're both here. We're both here right now. Isn't that crazy? And that's it. Like it's not. We don't have to overthink it.
I have complete faith in you all in navigating the situation.
Yeah, I think we've got it all figured out as to how it would go down. But the ball's in his court.
But in your mind, can you imagine him getting down on the ground with Connor, both of them with hammers and Star Wars VHS tapes?
Yeah. I mean, I would love that.
Because we know he has a sense of humor. We do.
For sure.
Absolutely know that he is self-aware.
Yeah. I mean, I would love nothing more than that. I do think I would be very curious what he thinks is funny and what he doesn't think is funny as far as the things that we talk about, or do or whatever. And that is probably going to remain a mystery forever. I don't know. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And I think we're all pretty resigned to that. Not from lack of trying, we try all the time, and we're, I think, more in contact with people than people think. And he's got
a museum coming up too, so there's going to be a lot of promotion that needs to be done.
We'll happily go to that museum opening day if they would let us. So
and drop off the wax works of the three of you.
Yes, let us in. Let us in. Yeah.
Well, the Blu-ray for I'm George Lucas, everyone should get. And as I was saying, you don't need to be a fan of the show. You don't need to know Connor. You don't need to know anything going into it. It's all explained within the doc, and it is a wonderful journey and a really, really solid watch and an introduction. I mean, I think it's a great on-ramping for the show and what you all are doing. And the fact that you are consistently still not only doing live shows so people can see you that way, but releasing them to the YouTube channel is a remarkable thing in this day and age.
It's fun.
Which means that people can go experience all of these journeys, all of these guests, even the awkward ones. I'm not going to name names. You'll see. Yeah. You'll see for yourself.
We always tell people to just find a guest that you like and try to jump in there. Or just watch one of the ones that are the most viewed, because those are usually the best ones. Or the ones that the fans like the most, at least. But just find someone that you like and go from there.
Or just watch.
Just watch. Find someone you don't like. You know?
Yeah, it could be Patrick.
That's
and then
true.
You can watch any of them. You can watch any of them. And it won't be.
Yes. It might
be. Patrick is enjoyable. You will root for Patrick. He is abused so much within those shows that you can't help but root for his well-being and his
Thank you.
continued well-being, health and safety.
Yes.
You want a future. What I'm saying, you want a future for Patrick. You want him to make his way in the world today. It takes everything he's got. He can't take a break from any of their worries. But you know what sure would help a lot?
Yeah.
If you could just help him get away.
Very true. Listen, very true. Very relatable.
I've said this to you numerous times before, most of them in front of people watching. I very much appreciate and respect the work that you do, both in front of and behind the scenes, which is not an easy thing to do. And you deserve all the praise. And what? No, don't.
That's very nice. That's very nice.
It's absolutely sincere, because
very nice.
It is not easy to do what you do. And Connor would not be able to do what he does.
I'll let you say that. I won't weigh in on that.
No. I'm saying Connor is an absolute genius.
Yeah.
And I bar none, absolute genius. But I think that absolute geniuses need really great support systems to allow them the room to do the creative work that they do and to facilitate, to support that. And I think you are an amazing supporter of creative folks, because you appreciate what it takes to do that and what may not be in people's wheelhouse to get the word out about the wonderful work that they're doing, or to make sure that there's a platform where that's accessible to people. That, most creatives are not great at self-promotion or or the nuts and bolts of things that are outside of creating. So having a producer who knows how to navigate those things and be there as a support system is a tremendously wonderful thing that creative folks are lucky to have when they have it. And particularly when it's as well done as you do it. So
it's very nice. Very nice.
So I'm sure now Connor's just going to not want to talk to me, and it's going to be fun. I'll talk to
There's no world where he gets an hour 45 into a podcast, so I think we're good. I think we're probably all right.
There's no world where he gets 5 minutes into a podcast.
Fair.
Also, when it says guest Patrick Cotnoir, I'm sure also, already no that interest. Was
turn it off.
So you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah.
You're okay. Protected. Nothing's going to happen
here. How are you?
On the other hand, Griffin absolutely got to the end of this.
I'm sure.
Miss Piggy? Piggy? I'm not a Miss Piggy. How dare you?
It'll be fine.
Everyone knows I'm Robin.
Well, that's not true. We know that's not true.
So this is going up pretty quickly. So what do you have coming up?
Well, what is pretty quickly? About? Give me a date.
It's going to be within the next day or so. So it's going to go up pretty fast.
Well, if you're listening to this when it goes up on December 18th, we're doing 2 shows at the UCB Theater in New York. The early show sold out. Late show still has tickets, but you can live stream them. The early show has Kathleen Turner, Clark Gregg, Rachel Zegler. Late show has David Patrick Kelly, Mary Beth Barone, and Kate McCucci. 2 great shows. We're also doing a fundraiser for Feeding America, and this friend of the show, Mary Ellen DeVivo, made 2 custom Labubus. They are George and Watto. They're insane. For every $5 that you donate to Feeding America via the link at georgelucastalkshow.com, you get an entry into the raffle and you can win one of them. We're going to be picking that at the late show on Thursday the 18th. So, you donate $100, you get 20 entries, blah, 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 blah. January 10th at Dynasty Typewriter in Los Angeles, we're doing a live reading of Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. The cast for that is crazy, and in-person tickets are sold out, but the live stream's still available. Again, GeorgeLucasTalkShow.com has all those tickets. January 13th at Dynasty Typewriter, we're doing an early and a late George Lucas Talk Show. Tickets are available. Live stream tickets are available. January 16th, if you're in San Francisco, part of San Francisco Sketchfest, we're doing a show at the Great American Music Hall. That's Friday the 16th. The guests for that will probably be announced by this point. Or I guess they got announced today. So it's Paget Brewster, it's Josh Molina, and it's Doug Benson. So it's going to be a very fun show. You can buy the Blu-ray anywhere you get Blu-rays, but GeorgeLucasTalkShow.com has all of those links. You can go check those out. Follow me on Instagram at Cotnoir, Cotnoir. Oh, and subscribe to my podcast that I do with Brian Lynch, who wrote Minions and Secret Life of Pets and a whole bunch of other stuff. And we do audio commentaries on movies and TV shows with people who never got to do audio commentaries for them. So the West Wing costume designer and the woodsman from Twin Peaks season 3 episode 8, and just like a whole bunch of crazy people, directors, writers, actors, anyone we can get. We just put out an episode that I'm sure Ken will like, because I'm sure he's interviewed her before. Probably I did Bonnie Erickson, who built Miss Piggy and built Swedish Chef and the original Fozzie and all that stuff. And we did an audio commentary on The Muppet Show Sex and Violence, one of the pilots for The Muppet Show. And it rules so hard. So go check that out. No, hey, That's Me, a commentary podcast.
Need to have her back on to talk about the fantastic Miss Piggy show.
The dream. We loved her. She was great.
One of the times that Andy Kaufman was actually in suit. And not Bob Zamuda.
Yes. That's
an awkward special, but I look forward to you inviting me on for my fly on the wall commentary on Muppets from Space.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. I'll bring the Captain Alphabet.
Oh, okay. Now we're talking. Yeah. RU3.
Well, you can listen to, in fact, Mary Ellen and I are on the same commentary.
That's true. You are.
So go listen to that. But you can't listen to it unless you buy it and then scan a QR code to find us online.
I did what I could.
I saw who made it onto the disc.
I tried.
Who are these people? Who are these people that made it onto the disc? Who are these?
Oh boy.
Who are these? Let me see. Who are these? I can't even read.
My mom didn't even make it onto the disc.
Is that supposed to make you seem better? Like the choices you made?
Yeah, that I cut my mom.
Your own mother.
She's on digital. She's there.
Oh, well, it's fitting that Brian J. Jones is one of the ones that made it onto the disc.
Yes.
But come on, Travis McElroy? Who's Travis McElroy? Why? Who does he get? Does he move discs?
I don't know.
Jeez.
You've done more promotion than he has for the disc, though, so I'll say that.
I mean, of all the McElroys that you could have picked, which one was Travis? Craig Shemin, no, that's quality. Yes, Craig and Stephanie absolutely should have been there. Yeah. I would have given up my place, which I did not get.
Which you did. You did.
Yeah. DC Pearson, really? Ugh.
Yes, good friend of the show. Has been on probably 4 or 5 times.
Oh, listen, we went to Conan together. Yes, we've had times. I know. I went to UCB. I watched his midnight show.
Yeah.
You know what kind of friend you have to be to go to someone's midnight show?
Well, when I'm getting audience members on the disc, then I guess you'll go on. Next time I need a Conan audience commentary track, I'll call Ken.
Yeah, you'll get there.
When I'm in charge of the complete series of Late Night with Conan O'Brien being released on Blu-ray, that's when we'll...
I totally believe you pitched yourself for that.
I'm ready. I would do that, 100%.
Thank you to everyone for listening to this, and thank you, Patrick, for being on the show. You know what's weird is Bit of a Chat's never really had formal goodbyes like this because they were mainly just conversations. So this is a new thing because of the added video component. So thank you all.
Well, then let's not say goodbye.
I'm not saying goodbye to you. I'm saying thank you to you, sort of, a little bit. I can't believe you did that. You're just going to ruin everything. So bad. I can't even get the same. I can't now you introduce the same kind of editing nightmare that you hate so much. Bastard. Thank you to everyone for watching this. Please subscribe, patreon.com/Ken Plume if you want to support all this stuff. I've got a lot of archive interviews that are going up from my decades and decades of too many conversations with people that are making their way onto there for you to go read with your eyes. There's also, if you're a patron, a ton of exclusive stuff, interviews and quiz shows with amazing panelists and just some fun stuff that you should go check out. And you can follow me on Blue Sky and Instagram. There's links to all those things that you can find. And thank you for watching this. And thank you, Patrick, for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Now I can hit stop on the thing and then we can wave as I look for the button.